Hey everyone, hope you're having a great day. My name is Kyle Sword. I'm the Manager of Business Development for NSG Pilkington North America, and I'm here today with Jason Bauer. And Jason's one of the finalists, one of the three finalists that we have for the Momentum Intersection Program.
Jason Bauer. I was actually born in Ohio, but now I reside in Brooklyn, New York, and I'm a multidisciplinary artist. I work a lot with glass. I have a traditional history in glass blowing, so I have a formal training with actually a Netflix star now named Janusz Pozniak. So I'll give you the basis, the background of how this started. It started with this things here. So this is what I call a projection light. It's a textured glass on the inside that's kind of a peanut shape. So you can see where the lines are more tight. It's closer to the external component, whereas where they're wider, it's farther apart. So if you imagine, it's kind of like a peanut shape in here. So I was really interested in how those lines changed with one central beam of light. And there's LEDs on the inside of that. And this was developed, over 7 years ago at this point. So then that developed into this work, which is, I call the Metropolis series, but I basically cut the tubes in half and I put LEDs on the inside and messed with colors a lot and glued things together. And this was recently installed last summer during a residency. So I got to thinking about this projection pattern, and I started playing with it a little more. So this is actually Pilkington's flat glass, and this is silicone. So you can see as you bend it, it changes the light pattern, which is I found very interesting. But with glass, since it's such a stagnant material, you can't really do that. So this is a direction I was kind of leaning in. However, I wanted to use more of Pilkington's glass, so I kind of steered away from that. But you can see a little video here. I really find I wanted like a slow transition of this kind of like texture.
Okay.
But what I ended up doing is applying it to a clock face. So here's a kind of like a slow moving idea. I do just moving the panes manually, and the front pane here is a sample from Pilkington, but it's just spray painted on the back.
Okay.
You can see how it's kind of grainy. That was like my first attempt to capture the light and nothing behind it, which, I liked a lot, but it's just not very like clean and professional.
Gotcha.
So I developed a little bit more here, and you can see my whole mechanism here. This is an LED spotlight to kind of center the light up here, and it goes through 3 layers of the Pilkington texture glass. And then I kind of manipulate it to have this vinyl under it.
Okay.
So that's actually filtering behind it and just capturing the lines of light.
Wow, that's very cool.
So from that, I kind of got to this point where I wanted to, this is the glass that I really liked from Pilkington, that's Sunset Gold. And I backed it with a decorative white film. And you can see how everything crisped up a lot with the line quality here.
Yeah.
So this is kind of where I'm at now. This is the sample that I presented you guys originally. And from that, I thought I have these 3 panes was kind of my magic number. And I thought, what a great idea if I could make them rotate. And then I thought a good way to do that would be to use a clock mechanism, like a movement. And then it kind of would actually create a whole new translation of time. So I have a video here of that, which I actually created in animation. So this is essentially what I'm making as the clock component. You can see it started at 3:15. And this is a second hand that's moving very fast. And then you'll see here, slowly it's revealing the hour hand, and the minute hand. So beyond that, this is the rendering. So I decided to make this box with water below because a lot of old temples and churches actually have wells under them, because so you can see it up close here. And another cool element about this is I wanted to apply what's called human-centric lighting. So it actually uses the circadian rhythm of the sun and the moon to inform the color of the light that you're actually perceiving.
Awesome. Jason, thanks again, man. Really appreciate it. It was nice being able to sit down, spend some time and catch up and again, see some of the progress in your program. That's awesome.
Likewise, Kyle. It's a pleasure.